Hey y'all, and welcome to the Max Life. So you see, I'm kind of in a different area today. I'm not able to work in my workstation in my prepper's pantry because we are working on the floors. Once the floors are done, y'all are gonna see me rotate a lot of my prepper's pantry buckets over into that room because it is gonna be a whole lot more workable when we're done. But for right now, you guys see that I am working on pea shelling. Let me show you what I've already done. That is this big container right here, and to get a size comparison, this is me squatting on the floor, and I have already shelled all of these. These are what I have left to do, and the concept is pretty easy. If you've never seen a pea sheller, you just take this pea. It has two rollers right here, and they spin together, and they're really, really tight together, and it squeezes the end of the pea, and as it rolls through, it shoots those peas out the bottom side right here, and the shells, of course, go over on the other side. But I have to tell y'all, every time I pull this thing out, some of you guys are gonna remember my story from 2 years ago. If you don't, it was a nightmare of a story. When Jennings actually got his hand in these rollers, y'all, it was really bad. It was partly my fault. I should not have let him mess with the beans, but he did, and when he put it in, he didn't let go, and it caught his hand in there. He's got scarring on his hand. No broken bones or anything, but the bottom wheel the top wheel continued to roll while his hand was in there for a couple of seconds until I could get it unplugged. So he's got burns, deep tissue burns from the wheels rolling, and it cut off circulation for a couple of seconds as well until we could get his hands out. Very, very, very horrible memories. Every time I pull this thing out, it triggers those memories. It just kind of takes me back to that time when we were fighting, trying to break this thing, trying to get Jennings' hand out. Aiden was not home, Kobe was not home, so I was here by myself. You guys can go back and check out that video if you're wanting to know more of those details. But yes, I love the pea sheller, but I hate the pea sheller at the same time. Some of you guys know what I mean when I say love-hate relationship. I'm very thankful that I have this thing, because if I didn't have that thing, I would be shelling for days, maybe even weeks, trying to get all these peas shelled. But actually, in all reality, it only takes me about a day. These are the ones from the holes that you've already seen. I have 4.5 gallons off of those. I've already put 4 gallons in the freezer. Those are from the shells that you already seen, and I'm continue to work on the rest of those. So I wanted to give y'all a little bit of an update. Here's a sneak peek. It's not done yet, but we are working on it. I was telling you guys it's gonna be like a float in there. It won't look so much like an add-on. We're gonna go in and touch up and clean up the bottom. We still have to wax the floor. It's not really a timely process. It's just you gotta do it, you know. So I'm gonna flip the fan back on. I just wanted to give y'all a sneak peek. We are getting closer and closer to the prepper's pantry being done. I have some stations set up. One of them was a working station for things like shelling my peas, which I'm very excited about. Now, y'all see what I have left on the floor. I'm gonna knock those out, get these peas washed, and also put up, now I already have some canned peas and beans, lima beans as well. So I'm actually not gonna can these because I already have some canned, and Colby says since we already have a row that's already canned, he actually prefers them fresh. To me, there's not really that much of a difference in the taste. I would prefer to go ahead and can them. He wants them fresh, so I'm not gonna can them this time. So we have canned and we also have fresh. So all we have to do is pull them out of the freezer and pop them on the stove for fresh peas. Now, when I get done with this, I also, if you see sitting right there, I have a 5-gallon bucket of cucumbers and okra. I am going to make a couple fresh dill pickles. I have all of the stuff here to do that with already. I have several jars from last year and several jars from the year before, which is why I was a little bit more hesitant on wanting to make the pickles. However, I have cucumbers coming in like crazy, so I don't want to waste those. Now, if they're a little bit old or sometimes they have a little bit of that bitter taste, I will just throw them to the chickens or throw them to the pigs. They're not going to waste. They're still feeding animals, but I can just not go pick cucumbers and let them waste. So I am going to make a couple more jars of dill pickles. Guys, I have a whole video on that. It is so easy to do, to take your cucumbers and preserve them. And I don't know very many people that don't like dill pickles. So dill pickles, there's also sweet butter pickles, lots and lots of different recipes out there. I personally like Mrs. Wage's dill pickle mix because it really takes it to that almost store taste, which my kids really like. And they're crunchy because we don't like soggy pickles. We want crunchy pickles, and that is the best kind. I don't know if this is true where y'all are, but y'all saw me show a fly. Y'all, I feel like they are taking over my house. I chase them down. I feel like all day with the fly swat. When I kill one, I turn around to 10 more. When I kill one of those, I find like 25 more. It is absolutely insane. I have not been able to control the flies. This season, I feel like they are absolutely everywhere. I have done fly traps out in the yard. I've tried to get things like I don't let the kids leave shoes right in front of the door. I have tried to think of as many things as I could that will keep the flies away from the doors. And y'all, it has been absolutely crazy at the flies this year. I wanted to also show y'all what I was doing. These are some tomato suckers. I really should have planted more tomatoes. So I look back and I could kick myself now. I told myself, I was like, I am not going to plant a lot of tomatoes this year. Colby's the only one that eats it. Now I really could kick myself because I want to make all the stuff. I want to make more salsa. I want to make more spaghetti sauce, and I don't have the tomatoes because it calls for so many pounds per batch. So when I was out messing with my tomato plants the other day, I decided to get a couple of suckers. I'm going to root these suckers and let them grow off into some tomato plants. These were different varieties, so I'm interested to see, you know, how they're gonna do and how they're gonna turn out. I just stuck these in yesterday. I don't see any roots coming off just yet, but so far so good. They still look really good. Guys, we have gotten our peas knocked out. We have gotten eggs done. We have gotten all the messes cleaned up. I had extra kids here today. I have cleaned up behind all of them. We have gotten the okra cut and washed, also in bags. Those are going to go up as well. We have done schoolwork this morning, and it has, I already feel like, been a very long today, but it has been a productive day, and we were able to get some things done between school, and you can see the sun is starting to go down. So we are fixing to wrap it up. We're eating leftovers tonight for supper, which was, we have actually a couple of leftovers. We have some brisket sandwiches, we have some pizza, and we have mamwiches slash sloppy joes. People call it different things, but that is what our supper is tonight, and we're just gonna head in and wind down today. I know the past couple of days have been very long and exhausting. I really feel like with this much work we do, we have to come to a point in the afternoon where we can't always happen, but where we can say, you know, we've worked as hard as we can for today. We're gonna cut it off, we're gonna eat, we're gonna sit down and rest before we get ready to go to bed, because sometimes when you work the farm like we work the farm, sometimes it's just needed. Doesn't always happen, but sometimes we can, and we need to take advantage of that and rest when we can. God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.